let's do two more bits of news and we're going to shut down the show. Jade Cargill almost fights Shayna Baszler in real life. So on screen, Naomi confessed to attacking Jade Cargill way into last year, and this is the cause of her being off television for quite a few months. But in real life, Jade is apparently one of the least popular members of the WWE women's locker room. Here's a quote. There was a confrontation that took place a few months ago before the Cargill injury involving Jade Cargill and Shayna Baszler. It's been confirmed by a half dozen people that it happened, but nobody went into details past Cargill had rubbed enough people in the Raw Women's division the wrong way, and Baszler was wanting to fight her until management found out and calmed the situation down. Does Jade Cargill strike you as the kind of person who would wind people up?
She does strike me as somebody who has a high regard for themselves. That's what I think. To be in this business, you gotta help your opponent. I mean, there's going to come a time when you're gonna get your butt whipped, and some people don't want that, even though it advances your position in the company. They just don't want to do it. I've seen it back in when I would work. They just they do it, but like their heart wasn't in it. So, and I think Jade, she would be better as a heel. That's what I thought she would be. But actually, if she has that attitude, she'd kill baby faces. Literally kill them. You know, the heel is what makes it work. Totally.
Why would she kill the baby faces then?
No, she would kill them, making her not selling for the baby faces. It's what I'm saying. Not kill them, but, you know, she just wouldn't. I don't think she would be a good heel at all. A heel has to go out there and sell and, you know, go down and beg off and do all kind of stuff. And she wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. So in the process, she would actually kill her opponent off before her opponent had time to get over. And I think she is she's a pretty big girl too. She's about 6 foot, maybe 6'1". And I don't think she doesn't really know what to do in that ring. And she's a pretty good athlete too. But it's her attitude, I think.
Is it a problem that someone's marketable? I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it something, because she's very marketable, but she's also very limited?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think she's marketable in this condition. She's not.
Condition?
Well, in her present state, mental state, I think. Now,
do you
if she wants to be a strong baby face, but there come times you can't be that.
Do you think she believes her own press? Because she's
yes, she does.
Like, we've got the limited thing. You know, she was limited in AEW. She always did very short matches. She does tag matches in WWE.
Who would you like to see her against?
Well, it's going to be Naomi, because she in storyline was the one who attacked Jade.
And who else is the girl up there that you would think would put up, if push came to shove, who do you think would be a strong test for Jade?
Shayna Baszler. Now I know that they nearly had a fight. That'd be good.
Shayna Baszler, and there's one more. What's the girl's name?
Bianca Belair.
No, it was another girl, the Australian girl.
Oh, Rhea.
That might be one hell of a fight. But, you know, it's in wrestling. They know who's going to win anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you can have a few people in the audience to interview and say that during the show, that'd be great. I find that really interesting, though, because the Jade Cargill thing almost reminds me of, and we're going to be talking about it in a second, the Lex Luger attitude. That, you know, walking through, has the great body, limited in the ring, but thinks that his stuff doesn't stink and basically hasn't got time for you. And now we're getting reports that, you know, with Jade Cargill, a lot of the women don't like her. And there was something she posted on Twitter last week, something about like she's in a den of women that resemble wolves. And Chelsea Green tweeted immediately back on it, just making fun of her. And then other women in the WWE roster have basically publicly made fun of her as well. And it's like, I'm sort of thinking, imagine having so little respect in the locker room that just all the other women are just like, oh, we hate her. She's, I don't get it.
So Chelsea Green was right back at her with a tweet.
Yeah.
There's your money girl right there.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green.
Yeah. You've been watching Chelsea and Piper Niven.
No, I had Chelsea in TNA.
Yeah.
And just talking to her, we left her standing at the altar. She was going to get married. And it took her like forever. It just drove her crazy. And I didn't even have the idea till I saw her. She was crying. And after the show, I did an interview with her. She's still crying. The next week, the girl went in. She's still in the same room, in the same dress. She'd been there a week. She's still crying. I just made it up as I went, but I was having a good time with it. And the girl was getting over. Mm. And then she went out there, and now she was over a little bit. See, a lot of times I think they do something with somebody and rush it. Take your time with it. You got all the time in the world anyway. You don't have to put them in a match. Putting her in a match at that time would I think would have killed her. So just let her cry. She's heartbroken. Her beau left her standing at the altar and went with another girl. And she didn't ever get around to the other girl about 3 weeks later that she wanted to kill her. She said, I should have known what was going on. But that's happened to a lot of women, happened to a lot of guys. So you want revenge. And so it's just common sense again. It's her, and she did her wrong, and we're gonna put her right to this. We're gonna right this wrong.
One more thing with Jade Cargill. So she can't be a heel because she's too limited. So, but as a babyface, no one apparently wants to put her over anymore, or maybe she's going to struggle to find people who want to have her presented the way she wants to be presented.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to take WWE. I think they already got an idea of how much trouble she could be, and that will work against her. Because if I was working with the girls, and I would know what the other girls are saying about her, I would know if there's some heat there. And, you got to consider her lack of experience. Good athlete, but she's not thinking. She's not thinking of her future either. So